In this year's Quality of Life survey, we've gone beyond the sun to assess cities not just by their daytime attributes, but by their nightly traits too. Continue watching to get the measure of our nocturnal metrics and find out where your city ranks. A brand new entry with good nightlife and a relatively low cost of living. Montreal only just pipped Toronto to the post, which could make things interesting next year.
A well-deserved reputation as one of America's most innovative cities, Portland is much mocked outside of Oregon. It shouldn't be. There's plenty here from which others can learn.
You have to travel quite a long way from the mainland to reach America's most livable city, but it's worth the journey. Much more than just a holiday spot, Honolulu is improving previously run-down neighbourhoods.
New Zealand's largest city is also its most impressive, managing to combine the nation's natural beauty with a vibrant retail and restaurant scene.
The Dutch capital has doubled down on its cycling reputation with 40,000 new bike parking spaces in the pipeline. It's also managed to modernise its nighttime offering with vibrant food and music scenes.
Investment in infrastructure, as ever, helped Singapore secure a position in the top 25. But with new art institutions such as the National Art Gallery, it also has a claim to be a growing cultural capital.
At last, Barcelona is having a serious discussion about the type of tourism that it wants to attract. Meanwhile, the city is becoming greener under its newly appointed mayor.
The Chinese city is a winning combination of business and beaches, retail and restaurants, plus a great example for mainland cities to take inspiration from.
Relatively small but very well connected, Düsseldorf is a new entry. As the fourth German city on our list, its inclusion also demonstrates the advantages of a federal system where jobs and industries are spread across the country.
Portugal's capital has long enjoyed plenty of sunshine and a thriving cultural scene. Now, the low cost of living is also attracting young entrepreneurs. New businesses have provided a nice boost up the list.
Germany's media capital is still thriving, attracting newcomers and holding its own against the richer Munich and arguably cooler Berlin.
A nighttime city that has benefited from an extra emphasis on after-dark activities this year. There's no need to cross fingers for a late-night bite. It's positively criminal to get a table before 2200.
Some great cities have a chaotic edge, but Zurich is a city where everything works. It's the perfect example of what sustained public investment can achieve, and perched on the edge of a beautiful lake, it knows how to make the most of its location.
The Finnish capital has plenty to offer by way of museums and cultural centres, and is easy to get around thanks to public transport. But more nightlife offerings and a boost to the suburbs wouldn't hurt.
Stunning mountain scenery and a thriving culinary scene helps Vancouver secure a spot on the list each year. Yet rising house prices have seen the Canadian centre fall 4 places this time around.
Though Stockholm has long been a strong Nordic contender, the high cost of living has resulted in the Swedish capital moving down the list this year.
Surrounded by greenery and filled with ancient temples, Kyoto lures the tourists. Yet the city has also plenty to offer its residents and continues to improve infrastructure, which has pushed its ranking up this year.
With its natural vistas and abundant sunshine, it's a wonder this city can do any wrong. That said, its connectivity could benefit from some blue sky thinking.
Under the inventive mayor Takashima, this thriving city on the island of Kyushu is becoming ever more green, bike-friendly and business-savvy.
Victoria's state capital may not have the natural landscapes of Sydney, but it makes up for it with an urban swagger, a buoyant economy and creative class. Clever housing solutions are still needed, however.
Munich continues to build on its civic offering with bold Bavarian gusto and intelligent city planning. Life in this green, sophisticated, well-read city strikes just the right balance between bucolic and urbane.
Copenhagen's desire to let its citizens cycle and swim on clear roads and in clean water has helped it soar back up the rankings, innovative and inspiring.
The palatial Austrian capital is growing in population and complexity. It's taken the recent influx of refugees in its stride too, with a cool head and compassion.
Germany's capital has taken some forthright measures to make sure it's not a victim of its own success. A rent cap will safeguard its cultural economy and ensure its lifestyle remains affordable and diverse.
It might be a megalopolis, but life in the Japanese capital is a masterclass in low-rise, leafy, pedestrian-friendly living. This city of 13 million nurtures a balance of high-tech efficiency and slow, traditional neighbourhood values. It's a combination that wins the Japanese capital the top spot for a second year running. To find out more about our top 25 most livable cities for 2016, pick up a copy of the July-August Quality of Life issue of Monocle, on sale now.